After Benjamin Netanyahu's latest F-35 rant, has Turkey just delivered its most scathing attack yet, turning a fighter jet dispute into a full-blown political showdown? Is Erdogan's top diplomat now openly blasting Bibi for trying to turn Ankara into his next enemy, accusing the Israeli Prime Minister of deliberately stoking tensions for political gain? After Hamas, Hezbollah and Iran, is Turkey now becoming Bibi's new target, as Ankara warns that Netanyahu is hunting for fresh foes ahead of crucial elections? As Netanyahu fumes over US backing F-35 sales to Turkey, is Ankara firing back with a blistering diplomatic offensive that could reshape regional alliances? The Turkey-Israel row has escalated sharply, with Ankara accusing Bibi of seeking a new enemy before elections to rally support at home. Turkey's foreign minister says Netanyahu now wants to turn Ankara into his next target, painting Turkey as the latest villain in Israel's political narrative. In an interview with The National, Hakan Fidan went further, warning that Netanyahu's government has become a threat not just to the region but to international security itself. Fidan said, and I quote, "There is no reason to have an open conflict between Turkey and Israel. There are still very sane and good people with wisdom and a strategic mind in Israel. Not all of them are like Netanyahu and his people. But Netanyahu and some people, as they get closer to the elections, need an enemy. After they wage war on Hamas, Hezbollah and Iran, they need another enemy to get somebody to pity them. They are trying to do that with Turkey. The policies of Netanyahu's government are not only a problem for us. His policies and his government are a burden for Israel, a burden for the region, and a burden and threat for international security. When you look at the past and current patterns of the Israeli government towards the regional countries, yes." Unquote. Fidan's remarks came after Netanyahu reportedly lobbied hard against US F-35 sales to Turkey, arguing that arming Ankara with stealth jets would destabilize the region. Netanyahu had previously warned Donald Trump that selling F-35 jets to Turkey could upset the regional balance of power, a stance that now sits at the heart of this new diplomatic clash.
Mr. President, are you going to sell F-35s to Turkey, and what about the legal restrictions?
It's a decision we're going to make. We have a very good relationship. I would think that many people, I can tell you, many people, including the people sitting right here, thinks, why wouldn't we do that? We have a better relationship with Turkey, and Turkey's been in many ways much more loyal than other countries that we think would be loyal. So, something certainly we would consider. It's a great plane. It's the best, currently the best plane by far. And it's certainly something we will consider, yeah. I know, a lot of people don't agree, although I think with time they're starting to agree. Turkey has been a great ally for us. Turkey could have gone on the side. They know Iran very well, and they know the problems with Iran. But they've been very instrumental, along with a couple of other countries, of helping. They could have gotten into the fight. I hear some people saying about their relationship with Israel. They could have gotten into the fight. They're a very powerful military nation. They didn't do that. Maybe they didn't do that because of me, but they could have gotten into the fight on the other side. They are a nation that's been very, very good, and I can speak for myself as president. They've been extraordinary in many ways with respect to our relationship, including trying to end the war with Iran, or whatever you call it. It's not even a war, it's a military operation. It's a denuclearization. That's really what it is, of Iran, because I don't think he wants to see them have a nuclear weapon either. I'm pretty sure of that. In fact, I'm totally sure of that.
Especially regarding Gaza, of course, with my dear friend, by discussing these issues as well, we attach great importance to this leaders' summit to ensure peace in this region. We consider it a good sign for such a decision to emerge from this leaders' summit as well. And I also think that this is possible.
We are observing a period where Turkey-U.S. relations are developing. In 2025, during our visit to the United States last year, significant trade agreements were also signed. Regarding Syria, Turkey, the U.S. president said that Turkey is an important actor before the new term begins. Mr. Trump also mentioned that he is coming with surprise. We discussed the F-35 and the engines of Khan warplanes. Perhaps it could come up on the agenda. What do you think the surprise could be? Will Turkey be able to get what it wants after today's meetings?
Of course, as you know, the F-35 issue is not a new topic for us. And we discussed this with America before. And we received the promise for the 5 aircraft. We received the promise. And Mr. Trump has also made an additional promise to us on this matter. And now, in the meetings we will have at this Leaders Summit regarding the F-35, I know that we have positively tested the promise we previously received from them for the future. And on this matter, Mr. Trump always stands by his word. Here again, hopefully, from this Leaders Summit, good news regarding the F-35.
At a time when Holocaust denial, Holocaust distortion, and anti-Semitism are once again spreading across the world, Europe, strengthening Holocaust education is more important than ever. I also want to thank you, Minister, for your strong condemnation of the terrible words by Turkey's foreign minister. Actually, it was hard for me to believe he really said that before I listened myself. We seek peace with our neighbors. We seek peace with Lebanon. Peace must be based on security. Israel has no territorial ambitions in Lebanon. Our presence in the security zone in southern Lebanon is only out of security necessity to keep the communities of northern Israel safe. It is not Israel that is violating Lebanese sovereignty. It is the Iranian terror proxy, Hezbollah, that built a terrorist state within a state. And as long as this terrorist army remains intact, Lebanon cannot exercise its sovereignty or its independence. Not while Hezbollah possesses greater military power than the state itself. The only way for peace and stability, therefore, is through the dismantling of Hezbollah's terror state. Hamas seeks to replicate the Hezbollah model in Gaza. Hamas's latest trick is very simple. It says it will make room for a technocratic government or committee only to save it from disarming. They don't care if others will collect the garbage, provide municipal services, and administer civilian affairs if Hamas will remain the dominant military force in Gaza, maintaining their oppression and control over the Palestinians in Gaza and continuing its jihad against Israel. This country needs a minimal strategic depth. Our insistence on realizing our rights and ensuring our security in this land is not an obstacle to peace. On the contrary, certain European governments are working to impose on the entire EU their obsessive anti-Israeli agenda. No one can use sanctions to force Israel to change policies on issues at the heart of our existence. When there are disagreements, and sometimes we have disagreements as friends, they should always be handled through dialogue. I will not make speculation about what President Trump will tell Mr. Erdogan. We made it clear that we oppose to the F-35, to sell F-35 planes to Turkey. The Prime Minister himself told that to President Trump. The United States, first of all, it's critical that Israel, in the region we are living, will maintain its, I would say, quality advantage, and this was always the policy of the United States to support that advantage. And I'm sure this is also the policy of President Trump and his administration, which is a very friendly administration. And therefore, I hope it will not happen.